Hey everybody, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. We're on a road trip. We're pulling out of the Stoney Ridge Farm right now, and we are headed to a place in Trinity, North Carolina. It is called Triad Bee Supply, and we're gonna go pick up our honeybee boxes from our local bee supplier. So come along with me this morning. We're gonna go get the bees. We're gonna put them in the truck, bring them back here to the farm, and introduce them to the hive. So come on guys, check it out. Woo! So guys, we've had a little bit of a problem this morning on our land, and I want to talk to you about it. We've got 150 acres and we're buying 40 more acres, so making it 190 acres. And we had a problem with trespassing this morning. Me and the red beaver. If you don't know who the red beaver is, I'll leave the videos right here. He's a good friend of mine. He's got red hair. He's a pretty cool cat. Anyway, we walked the land this morning and we were just kind of messing around, looking at things, checking things out, listening for turkeys and checking for turkey signs, because we're going to do some turkey hunting later on when turkey season comes in, which is really, really fun. Anyhow, as we were walking, we decided we'd walk our creek bottoms, and we walked the creek bottom and found footprints. And the red beaver looked over in the creek as we're walking the creek line, and he said, "There's a doggone minnow trap down there." So sure enough, we pulled out a minnow trap, and it's not my minnow trap, and we found footprints all around. I thought, man, that's strange. So we walked up and down the creek for about a mile, and guess what? We found 2 more minnow traps and tracks all up and down the creek. So this gives me a sick, violated feeling in my stomach. It's just not cool. It's sick. It's wrong. And we took their minnow traps and we went and made a sign and we put it where their minnow traps were. And it just says, "I have your traps, call me," and it had my phone number on it. This spineless person is down on my property poaching in my creeks without permission. Guys, leave me a comment down below and tell me what you think I ought to do. Should I call the game warden, or should I call the sheriff's office, or should I just talk to them and tell them, look, what you're doing is not right. It's no trespassing here. You stay off the property. Should I tell them myself, or should I go ahead and just involve law enforcement and have law enforcement handle it for me? Hopefully they call back today while I've got the camera on. If they do call me back, I'll record the conversation so you guys can hear what this spineless person's excuse was for poaching on my land. Leave me some comments, guys. Tell me what you think about this. What should I do? Alright guys, so we've arrived at the honeybee store. There's all kinds of people out here. There's all kinds of bees, and I have a big beard, and I'm not an idiot. I'm putting a veil on so I don't get stung in the mouth. Every time I come here to get bees, I get stung in the mouth. So everybody's going to make fun of me, but I'm not getting stung in the mouth, and that's what today's goal is. Not here. Not me.
Where you been? Huh?
So guys, I'm here with Chris Centers. He works here at Triad Bee Supply in Trinity, North Carolina, and I guess we got, what kind of bees do we have here?
We have some Italian honeybees.
So these are Italian honeybees, and they came out of Georgia. These guys drove through the night last night, went down to Georgia to pick up some bees. They got 250, is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so 250 packages of bees, and there are people rolling in and out all day long here to pick up their bees. So, anybody got stung today?
Yeah, there's been a few, but usually it's just when you smush them,
Squish them?
trying to pick up the packages.
Alright, cool. So guys, don't smush the bees when you pick them up or you'll get stung. We're going to go through what we do when we get a package of bees, and he's picked up a package for me right here. He's going to show me the queen.
So basically we just take this little tab off and we pull her out, and then we make sure she's healthy.
Yep.
See her running around in there?
Little girl, yeah.
You can get a nice shot.
Got a little queen in the cage right there.
And put it back, and I hope you have a good season.
Yeah, and then we grab them in a way that we don't get stung. So we got our bees in the back of the truck. We're headed home now. It's going to take about an hour to get home, and I've got a friend coming up to help me out. His name is Julian. He's the guy that gave me the GoPro in one of the previous videos. Awesome dude. He's never been experienced with any of this kind of stuff, so he's just going to get a little introduction to the honeybees. He told me he thinks honeybees don't have stingers and they don't sting. I think he might learn a little bit today about honeybees. Alright, now we're back at the house and we're going to go ahead and get our bees set up. We've got 2 stacks of cinder blocks, just standard cinder blocks, and we're going to set our beehive on it. First, we're going to set a screen bottom board, then we're going to set a 10-frame super on there, and then we're going to put the bees in. We're going to put a hive top feeder on, and then we're going to put the cover. I already have drawn comb, so this is from my old bees from last year, and I'm going to use drawn comb. If you're starting new, you'll have just foundation most likely. It's a little bit different, but it gives the bees a good head start, and the queen can go ahead and start laying. So guys, here we are. Here's our hive. All right, and I've already got drawn comb in here. I'll show you that in a second. This is our screen bottom board, and we also have a entrance reducer, and we want to put the entrance reducer on the smallest hole. This is what the entrance reducer looks like. We want the bees on the smallest hole. We get everything put together and we make sure it's nice and neat and square and pretty. All right, so here's my drawn comb. And this comb is dark, it's black, it's not new. It's drawn comb from about 2 years ago. It's okay to be black like that. The bees will get in there, they'll clean it up, they'll renew it, and they'll use it. If it's got mold on it, it's okay. The bees will clean it off. The bees will eat it. It's like penicillin for the bees. I can't get Vanilla Ice, the rooster, to shut up and stop crowing. His name is Vanilla Ice because he's got a pimped out hairdo. See, something else I like to do when I'm introducing new bees to a new hive box is I'll take grass and I'll just pick the grass in the area and I'll stuff it in the hole, okay? So we're on our smallest hole in our entrance reducer and I have grass stuffed in the hole. The bees, after about 2 days, will figure it out, get the grass out of the hole, they'll see light through there, and then they'll start going in and out. They'll orient themselves to the hive, and they'll be just fine, and they'll stay where they're supposed to. So guys, somebody you haven't met yet, this is Julian. He is our resident GoPro giver. This is the guy that gave the GoPro away, so we had him up to the farm, and we're gonna show him how to put the bees in the hive. Julian has no experience with bees whatsoever. It's gonna be awesome seeing this guy do this. So he's asked a whole lot of questions today. We're having a lot of fun. So this is Julian's first trip ever to a bee yard. He's never seen bees, but he told me today, he said, it's common knowledge that honeybees don't sting you. Guys, I want to let you know this is absolutely spontaneous. Julian, can honeybees sting you?
No, not from my knowledge.
He says no. I think honeybees can sting you because I've been stung in the crotch, in the crotchius maximus. Julian, why do you want to do this?
Seems like fun.
Julian's a big word kind of guy, okay? So guys, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and shake these bees in. I'm going to show you exactly what we do with the first one, and then we're going to let Julian do the second one. Rad. Okay guys, here's our bees right here, and we're going to go ahead, we're going to set them on top of our hive. I'm going to pop the little cover off. We're gonna throw it over here. Our queen is in this little cage right here. This is a queen cage. And the queen is right in there. See the big one in there? That's the queen. So the queen's in the little cage. We have what's called queen candy in here. The bees will eat that candy to let the queen out. We have a cork in this end and a cork in this end. This is where they introduce the queen, and this is where the queen will escape. We take a little wood screw, screw it in very gently. I have brand new gloves and they suck. Okay, and then we pull and our cork comes out on our screw. At this point you may be tempted to take your screw and dig out some of this by poking it down in there. Don't do that, okay? The bees will eat the sugar and let the queen out. It gives them time to get used to their new queen. All right, you won't be seeing my face any for the next little bit. I'm gonna show you exactly what we're doing here, okay? Talk you through it. So this is our drawn comb. We're gonna take out 2 or 3 frames in the center. Set them aside, just like so. Take our honeybees. This is a food jar, okay? It has sugar in it, sugar water in it. We're gonna slide that up. It's covered with bees. Okay? And we're gonna take our bees, and we're gonna shake them in. 1, 2, 3, just like so. Our friend Julian is backing up because it is a bit eerie. Okay?
Yeah, they're hitting me in the face.
Yep, it's okay. We're going to cover them back up as quickly as we can. Our queen remains in here. Flip our queen over. Spacer. We slide our lid on. And boom, good to go. They can sting you, by the way. We'll take this little lid off the plastic cover. We've got our queen. She's in here in her queen cage. Right here. We got the screw. And take our screw, unscrew our cork for our queen. These bees are going to be fighting to get this queen out. Okay guys, so we're going to pull the queen cork out. Boop. Out comes the cork. We're going to go over here, set our queen cage down. Thing to do is shake your bees down first. That's what we didn't do the first time. Shake them down. Then take your bees, shake them in. Here, you want to shake them a little bit? Last shake, it's okay. Smack it a little bit almost. There you go. So you want to, there you go. But you want to shake them out of the hole, like so. Slide these in. Julian, how do you like all the bees?
Not as bad as I thought it'd be.
It's a little freaky though, huh?
Yeah, definitely. At least the initial when you first dump them out.
Okay, so we'll put this guy on here. Make sure we're all squared up. Square it up there. Set our lid on. Got a certain way we gotta set that on, straight down. And close off that hole in the rear. Guys, not as exciting as you might have thought it was. But basically, we just took this little cage right here and we shook our bees off in the cage and we made sure our queen was introduced. We used a little spacer on top of our frames to set our queen on, and in 3 days we'll open it up and hopefully they will have gotten the queen and everything will be just fine. The bees are getting a little aggressive. You may hear them stinging the mic right now, so we're going to go ahead and leave them alone, let them do their thing. We got the bees in the hive. Julian did a great job, good assistant. Putting bees in the hive is a little bit on the nerve-wracking side, even though I've done it many a times. Julian's never done it before. Were you worried about getting stung?
Yeah, definitely.
He was worried about getting stung. So he had to wear my wife's bee suit. My wife is like 5'2", 5'1", something like that, 4'12", you know, pretty tall. Julian bent over and his booty crack came out and we swore a bee was gonna fly right in there, lay eggs, have babies, start a whole hive, or sting him, one or the other. But it didn't do that. It was stressful, it was fun, it was a good time, a good learning experience. I hope you learned a little bit. Guys, I'm no expert beekeeper, but I bet if you're watching this video and you've never done it, I've done it more than you have. It's good, clean living, it's good, clean fun, and that's what we're doing here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Another thing I want to tell you, me and Julian went over there to where our trespasser was trapping minnows, and we set up some spy cameras. We put game cameras up in the trees. So people will steal your game camera. We had to hide these game cameras very, very good. So we took the gator over and I stood way up on the roll bar and put the camera out on an arm, and we're gonna catch this guy. Even if he doesn't call us, we're gonna know who it is and we're gonna bust him. We actually hid a camera in the bushes by the creek. Julian had some great ideas. He's like super spy. I don't know, he's got all these ideas. So anyhow, we had a good time doing it. Guys, thanks for joining us today on the Stoney Ridge Farm. I hope you learned something. Leave me some comments. Tell me what you think. If you have any tips for me on the bees, tell me what you think about this trespasser. Should I prosecute the guy? Should I let him go? Should I give him his traps back? What should I do? I feel very violated. Tell me what to do. What would you do if he was trespassing on your property? Forgot to tell you, we also set some booby traps. Guys, thanks for watching Stoney Ridge Farmer today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the like button. Leave me some comments. Show me some love. All right? Have a good day.
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
Give me woo. Woo. All right.